Hey guys, FreeFrenzy91 here, and I'm bringing you a video on how the Ubisoft, and I know it's kind of been killed to death. Basically, they're going off this story, which basically says that Ubisoft has actually been downgrading their frames per second. I'll just say a few quotes from an article. Hold on. It emerged on Reddit, but I'm actually getting it from NeoGAF. And basically it said Ubisoft had a few of its staff visit a school to explain their work, with some truly interesting things revealed about the company. Who thinks 60 FPS looks weird? Someone asked the Ubisoft employees what the hell happened with Watch Dogs, to which the Ubisoft employee, who was the online programmer, said that just before they release the game, they have to send a copy to the console manufacturers who tell them what to keep in the game and what to take out. But it gets better. The game architect said that they always try to aim for 60 FPS, but due to limitations, they have been settling at 30 FPS for their latest games. He continued saying that console makers are pressuring them into doing the same thing on PC. The game architect continued saying that Ubisoft reuses as much code as possible, which could explain the similarities between a few of their games. Someone else asked if the company was aware of the negative responses of the recent decision to lock your games in 30 FPS. If so, what do you think about that? The game architect said that on consoles, and especially for something like Assassin's Creed Unity, they have to choose between graphic fidelity and smoothness. T-Moise, not sure how to pronounce that, who made the thread on Reddit, said that he implied that MS is making them lock their frame rate on the PC too. MS being Microsoft, for those of you who don't know. Basically, I don't think this is, one, we got to take out what we don't know. We don't know whether this student is lying. We don't know who the engineer was. I mean, it's just, an engineer. So, I mean, if the student had this on tape, if he brought out his camera phone and recorded him saying that, maybe it'd be more concrete evidence, but we don't know much. So, but the internet's kind of freaking out about this. If it's true, I will say, let's just say a big if right now. If it's true, then it does make a business sense. Let me explain it this way. When you decide for smoothness or graphics, I tend to actually think smoothness is better. But sometimes people do pick graphics over smoothness. You do want the game to look prettier rather than it run smoother. Sometimes that's an opinion. I personally think you should have it smoother and run less pretty. But hey, just an opinion. But if Ubisoft is really getting pressured by Sony and Microsoft to do this for the PC just because, then really, that's just something that, once again, business. Sony and Microsoft, let's face it, for Ubisoft, especially with Ubisoft games like SplinterCell and them, I'm pretty sure Sony and Microsoft are the ones really making them the money. I mean, they're not those guys where the PC buyers will buy more of their games than the console buyers. It's just a fact. If that's happening, then they have to, I don't know what Sony and Microsoft are threatening them with, because let's face it, Ubisoft makes a lot of games, and I don't think that, what would Sony and Microsoft really threaten them with? Oh, we're not going to put your games on our console? If they don't do that, a lot of people wouldn't buy Sony or Microsoft. Even with EA and Activision there, I feel like if Ubisoft were to leave Sony and Microsoft's console, where would they go? Let's leave that up for debate. But if Ubisoft were to leave their console, I feel like their console would lose a lot of sales. So I don't think Sony could threaten them with that. So when they say pressuring, I'm not sure what they mean. What are they pressuring them with? What type of leverage do these companies have on them? If you guys know, please tell me in the comments. But once again, this is only if this is true, which I'm not sure if it is. I can't say, don't know, there's no official response. Ubisoft did not say anything. So, I don't know. It is true that I could see Sony and Microsoft both pressuring them in the sense because Sony and Microsoft were trying to pull this. These new consoles are like great graphic-wise, but it didn't pan out as compared to PC. So, Sony and Microsoft really are, right now, I think they're trying to push the whole, we got better than PC. Plus, Microsoft, remember, Microsoft is PC. Not literally, Microsoft is Windows, I know that, but most people have Windows. I know some people have Linux, some people have other operating systems, but most people have Windows. So Microsoft can technically put more pressure, I believe, than Sony can, because Microsoft, I mean, when Ubisoft releases those games, most people will be playing them on a Windows PC, I believe. So, anyway, like I said, I just don't know whether this is true, but if it is, then I could see this happening. And I know the internet has killed on this. I'm not going to speak bad about Ubisoft right now, because if Ubisoft is being pressured, they have to think about the business. They can't just think about what's best, what best graphics for the people. If they're thinking about the business, then this is a good business move. But I think Ubisoft really should just, personally, I think they should just stand. If this is happening, stand up, cap your games at 60 frames per second. Give your PC gamers what they deserve. Let their PCs run them at 60 frames per second. And if Microsoft and Sony, what are they? What leverage do they have over a company like Ubisoft? I could get if it was a smaller gaming company, but if it's Ubisoft, Sony and Microsoft need Ubisoft probably just as much as Ubisoft needs Microsoft and Sony. If I was to be honest, did you not see Rainbow Six Patriots, or I think that's what it's called, or Siege? No, Siege. Did you not see Rainbow Six Siege? That's good. I think Sony and Microsoft need that game out for their consoles. I mean, could you imagine if Sony and Microsoft did say, all right, Ubisoft, you didn't listen to us, we're pulling you out of we cannot make games for our consoles anymore, and Ubisoft goes to the PC and like maxes out Rainbow Six Siege as high as it can, and like I could see people like saying, all right, let's go to PC. I don't think Sony and Microsoft, especially not Sony, are in a position where they can tell you that get away from our company, not a company like Ubisoft. Now, while we're on Ubisoft, I want to talk about Watch Dogs just one more time. I know I've already made, I think, 2 videos on it, but I wanted to say Ubisoft has at least shown they're not completely abandoning the Wii U version. I know they said no DLC will come on it, but the app, which allows people to basically go from their phones, I'm assuming it's their phones, it's an app that allows you to hack into police cars and cameras and stuff like that, I think. It says releasing police and SWAT cars. Not sure what else it is. I thought it was cameras. Anyway, basically they are adding the Wii U to that app so you can do it with people on the Wii U as well. And that was something they didn't have to do. They were basically, I believe they didn't have to do. They basically seemed to have to just bring out the game for the Wii U. They didn't have to, I think, bring out this app. And the fact that they did showed me that they're not completely abandoning the Wii U version. And let's just go into my little conspiracy theory right here. Once again, not even theory, like just complete my mind, opinion. This announcement only came about yesterday, which was shortly, I believe, after the announcement about Sony and Microsoft pressuring Ubisoft. Did they do this because they don't want to give up on Nintendo after this whole pressuring thing? Because they realized that they may not be as safe with Sony and Microsoft as they thought after being pressured into making these games? And I don't know what Sony and Microsoft could have pulled on them, but if they are pressuring them, they got to have some leverage. They may have some leverage that Ubisoft didn't know they had. But that's just my little conspiracy theory. I mean, think about it. Oh, we don't really care about the Wii U anymore. Hello, Sony and Microsoft. Hey, yeah, we're going to need you to drop them to 30 frames per second. What? We're not doing that. And then what? Like a little folder appears on the table. Now, you wouldn't want us to have to go to these measures now, would you? And then Ubisoft dev is like, okay, we're doing that. Oh, Wii U. Okay, come back over here. Let's just give you this. Let's just no strings attached. Just stay right there, just in case. I was just I'm just saying. That would be hilarious if that's what happened, or something close to that, which I don't think did. But that's just my little conspiracy moment. I'm just saying, don't give up on. I just think that Ubisoft may be bringing some stuff to the Wii U in the future. Who knows? I know they said no more mature games, last mature game for the Wii U, but Watch Dogs I still think is key to that being held out. If 2 million Watch Dogs copies sell, I believe Ubisoft will go, all right, looks like we're bringing some more mature-rated games to this console. And maybe we'll get our blood thing DLC. Who knows? If 2 million copies do sell, I think they will bring the DLC out. We'll see. But once again, I don't think 2 million copies will sell. I don't know, but I hope it does. And I believe that if it does, Ubisoft will change their mind about the Wii U. So Wii U owners out there, I'm saying buy Watch Dogs, not just be. If you don't like the game, I'm not telling you to buy it. But seriously, if you think you'll like the game, don't be pissed at what Ubisoft, the crap they've been throwing. Because it's up to us, the gamers, to show Ubisoft that we like mature games on the Wii U. Which is why I probably will be buying one. So we cannot really blame Ubisoft when we don't buy their games. I know Ubisoft is giving us a gimped version of games. I got SplinterCell in the background here, that's on my Wii U, that doesn't have split screen co-op, which really was sucky because with Splinter Cell I like split screen co-op. it could have even been better. They could have just had Wii U gamepad co-op like Hyrule Warriors does. I'm sure people would be fighting over the TV screen, but still, like I said, it's up to us to show Ubisoft we like mature games, and I believe we have to buy Watch Dogs only if you like it. I'm not telling you to buy it if you don't like it or like those type of games. But those of you who do should buy it, should not be pissed at Ubisoft. I know we've been getting gimped versions from Ubisoft, but still, we need to show them that we buy M-rated games. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Please tell me your comments in the section on this. God bless you all.